Hello, and welcome back to this channel. Today's going to be a very fun video because today is going to be a little bit of a different type of video. Pretty much today's going to be just feeling like more of a vlog instead of here's what we're doing. We have a lot planned for today. We're going to be turning on the biofilter, hopefully today. There's some stuff I kind of want to talk about there, but first I have to do a lot with the fish, feed them, make sure they're all still alive, to be honest, because today is the third day, so some stuff could have happened overnight, plus we've made some changes here and there, so hopefully they're all good, but there's a lot we're going to be doing today. So before we start, please subscribe, hit the bell notification on all so you do not miss our video, and please like this video. Let's go ahead and start today's video. Now, while I'm checking up on the fish tank, doing the count, feeding the fish for today's very early morning, I kind of want to talk about the plan for today. Today there's a lot going on, so I woke up extra early to get all this done. I'm filming, I think, 6 videos. I'm filming 2 videos for this channel today, which is going to be this vlog and an informational plant tour that I'll film after I edit this video. Also, I'm filming 2 videos for Tropical, which is my slime shop, and I'm filming 2 videos for my bricks channel. 2 of the videos I don't really have to post today, but I really need to start on them because they'll take a few days to film. So pretty much you're probably wondering why am I kind of doing this type of video. Usually I'm just more determined to get the video done with. I really want to start putting more work into the channel. For pretty much everyone that kind of watches the video and thinks I could check out some other channels and get better information, I want to start putting a lot more work into my content. I want to start doing a lot better on editing, which is going to be kind of the test of today's video, so I can try to figure this new system out. And yeah, so I guess I'm going to go ahead and feed these fish, do kind of a clean through them. I really need to turn on the biofilter, make sure there's no leaks. To be honest, I'm just going to say the water doesn't look great. It's cloudy, not dark cloudy, but I'm just going to say we're going to be down a few fish because looking at it, there are fish swimming, which is really good. There's nothing wrong with the water, but I'm definitely seeing some fish that not looking very good. But at the end of the day, it's a new fish tank. Still learning a lot, and let's just hope we don't make these new mistakes again. So I guess I'll go ahead and do this. I'll see you guys in a second when we actually turn on the biofilter. Okay, so really quick, I just kind of want to talk about the actual filter, kind of what's happening with it. So pretty much the last few days I've been building this system. We glued them. We have multiple hoses going into each just part of it. This is glued like crazy, trying to get it not to leak. I turned the system on this morning, and let me say, water went flying out of all the glued parts. Also, just kind of talking about the actual filter really quick. The water's milky colored. Let's just say, sadly, I checked up on all the fish, and wasn't good news in 4 fish. So that is the worst we've had so far. I'm going to turn on the emergency part of the filter. So when the arrow's facing this way, this is more unfiltered water, more sewage type of water that goes to the plants, where the plants can have that less clean water so they can have really rich nutrients. Then when it is turned this way, that means it is going to be a lot more filtered, and it can the water that comes out of the pump now can go straight back into the fish tank. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that on for a little bit and try to get the color and try to fill the water up a little bit higher again, maybe about just a little bit more. And then yeah, so it's not looking good. I guess I'm going to go ahead and kind of throw a few more things together, and then I'll go ahead and turn the system on and we'll see what happens. Alright, so I'm really hoping this does work. If I can really find the outlet that goes to it. So let's just cross our fingers, and on the count of 3 I'm going to plug it in, and 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. I don't know what that noise was. Okay. I'm not seeing leaks so far, but that one was dripping a little bit the other day ago, well yesterday, but I'm not having water flow through this one yet. I'm having water flow through this one for the emergency system currently, but this one was the one that started spraying water all over, so I'm really hoping this one does work. So I guess I'll run that one for a little bit, and I'll turn this one on and give you guys an update on just what's happening. Okay, so this side looks great. There's nothing wrong with this side. Well, as looking at it right now, there's nothing wrong with it yet. But this looks great. It is barely dripping. If you can see that, it is dripping, which is really disappointing. So it looks like it is coming out of, what, 3 spots, I think? So that's a problem. I'm going to have to look at that a little bit more. It might just be we're going to have to replace the thing, cut it like right there or something, and then just kind of restart from scratch really quick. And then, so I'm going to go ahead and just let it run, even though I should probably be gluing that really quick. The water in the actual fish, well, the water in the actual plant system really needs filtering. So does the fish tank. So I think I'm just going to leave it on for a little bit, see if anything else happens that I don't notice in a second. Okay, so it's been about maybe a minute, and the other side's starting to drip. It's not looking very good. I'm just going to be real with you guys for a second. To be honest, when I first thought of building this system, I thought it was going to be much easier than this. There's been so many problems with this biofilter. I really feel like when I searched this biofilter on Amazon and all of that, I really feel like the company that was posting this system, really didn't do the best of a job with the measurements, because I searched all over trying to find these measurements. There was nothing. The only measurement was on a few things that meant pretty much nothing. It was just the size of the bucket, but they had no nozzle sizes. They had no hose recommendations of what to use. They had nothing. So I'm a little bit annoyed about that, because they just, a lot of stuff happening there. But at the end of the day, I'm a little bit happy that so far there's nothing super significant. There's only a few drips here and there, but I just saw another drip in a different area. I just saw a drip from the actual thing. Well, I'll have to look into that in a second again. So yeah, this system's been, I've lost a few brain cells on this one, but at the end of the day, I'm still learning. It's always going to be complicated the first time. I'll probably be watching this video in probably a year thinking, I really wish I knew some of the stuff on, don't know now, but still, there's still a lot of stuff about the fish tank. At least there's nothing significant wrong with it. Maybe like a crack in the side or something, but there's definitely some pretty severe drips. So yeah, well, I'll see you guys in a second once I find another drip. Well, I'm trying to tighten the drips, seeing if I can do anything besides gluing stuff. That'll take a lot longer, and so far I was able to tighten that a lot more. Somehow it got loose somehow, and it is not dripping anymore. I'm going to leave that there for probably a few hours just to make sure, and so far there's no drips. I feel like that one's going to need some glue though. Okay, so I figured out what I'm going to do. I am going to turn on the cleaning mode for probably like 10 hours, and then I'm going to let that dry for a little bit, let that kind of empty out so there's no water going down this pipe anymore, and then I'm going to glue everything, pretty much everything on that. And yeah, and I'll see, maybe this needs some tightening too, so I'll go ahead and do that, and I'll see you guys in probably an hour-ish until I have the next update. Okay, so I have two things so far. I just glued everything out of that little connecting piece right there. So really hope that does stay. Really hope it doesn't drip. Two, also the water isn't looking cloudy anymore, so that is very exciting. Going over to the plants though, I'm starting to look at the plants. Yes, they do have root, just rot. I almost said rotted roots. Burnt roots right there. You can see they're a little bit darker, but it is very exciting because they're forming new roots. So I know they're doing good in the system. Like that one has a brand new root. You can tell it's a more of a lighter, more of a white root. Not seeing a ton there, but at the end of the day, there should be a lot more because a lot of this stuff is formed within the last 2-3 hours. Then the strawberries, the roots that were in the other system that are really just healthy. They're really, really white roots. Just seriously like the healthiest roots I've ever seen. I would like to say they are pretty much gone through they've been burnt a little bit. Just from like stuff in the actual tank hurt the system pretty well. Those look pretty bad. That one looks bad, but it's growing some new leaves, which is really, really good. Now, when I did have this stuff over there, when I put them in the system for the first time over there, they did look a lot worse. I accidentally burnt the roots really, really bad. I seriously thought there's no chance in them surviving. Those don't look that bad, and to be honest, they look lighter than yesterday. Yesterday, they were darker. They didn't look good. I was getting a little bit nervous about those. But kind of going through the system, all the plants are looking really good. I'm not seeing anything bad in the stuff yet. I'm going to start testing the pH level probably later today to make sure everything works right. But other than that, everything looks good. I might turn the system on probably maybe at 7 in like 12 hours, or I might just turn it on tomorrow morning. I might apply a lot more glue too as the day goes by today. And then, yeah. So, while I'm talking about this really quick, I'm going to do a little just informational growing tour very, very quickly. We have oregano right here. Everything was watered last night. So, it hasn't been a while since stuff was watered, so stuff hasn't dried out yet. The oregano is doing so fantastic. I'm so excited about that. The cilantro looks a little overwatered, but other than that, they look good. Strawberries are looking great. The flowers looking good. They just needed water, and that's what I gave them. And then they're just the colors coming back. I think the plants are a lot happier. The bunching onions, to be honest, they don't really need that much water, but they're doing good. The rosemary looking fantastic. Going down to the strawberries and tomatoes. The tomatoes are doing fantastic too. And the strawberries, they've had better days, but they still look pretty good. That's kind of the main update for there. But I'm hoping to possibly go ahead and start germinating some plants in here. I want to try lemongrass eventually. Not beans yet. I don't want to do beans. Asparagus would be fun. And dill. Dill and mustard are kind of the ones on my list right now. There's a ton of flowers I want to try. So, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and start filming some other videos for tropical really quick. And then, yeah. So, I'll see you guys once that happens. Alright, so I just finished out with the big video for today. I just have one short to make later today. But that one is not as important as trying to get the full-length video out. So, just after about 30 minutes, the fish tank is looking good. I do feel like the water is a lot more clean. I need to check up on the fish to make sure they're still doing okay. I need to see if there's any food at the very bottom, and I need to somehow find the snails. And so far, looking at the system, I don't see any leaks, which is really good because it's been about 30-ish minutes since I did my last update and did all that. So I'll see you guys in a second once I actually check up on the fish and make sure I had the okay. Alright, so in the meantime of that 5 minutes, I ended up dumping a lot more water in the system because it was getting pretty low. It was under the heater, which isn't great. Also, I checked up on the fish and all the fish are thriving. They're all doing good. To be honest, I am a little bit disappointed because some of my favorite colored fish sadly did not make it today, which is really, really disappointing. But at the end of the day, biofilter is doing okay so far. What's funny is I actually just looked at the filter from yesterday and the water does not look great that went through the actual system. Like, it's brown, kind of milky, and yeah, so I guess that kind of shows how gross the water actually was. And I'm assuming that's kind of like the filtered fish pee. So it's going to be a lot of work today. There's going to be a lot of things we're going to slowly do as the day goes by. Even though it is earlier, I like to kind of do more of the working with soil more in the afternoon and all sorts of that fun stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and take about maybe about an hour break, look at some fish, see if Petco got more fish in stock, and yeah, so I'll see you guys in a second once I figure all that out. Well, it's been probably about 3 hours since I did my last update. I ended up getting a lot of work with editing those other videos. Those took a very long time, but I'm doing a count. The water looks a lot better, and I really feel like the fish are more energetic now, which is a really good sign. But I think I counted 4 before I left the room earlier. I can see the 3 goldfish, but no matter where I look, I can't find that black gray goldfish. I've looked in every single spot. I've looked from the sides because that kind of magnifies the glass and all the hiding spots. It's like the goldfish can camouflage. I mean, I can't see the goldfish because, like, if I look from the side, it kind of like magnifies the glass. I mean, unless I'm just not looking hard enough and it's really there in just plain sight. But other than that, I'm not seeing it. Other than a ton of plants. So that's interesting. But I really do feel like the water looks a lot clearer, which is great. So, yeah. So pretty much the plan for today is I'm going to dinner at, well, it's a very, very, very early dinner today. We have dinner reservations for 4 o'clock, so I don't really think I'm going to be doing many seeds. I might do a lot more after we get back, but probably by the time I get back, I will have ended the video by then. But pretty much, there's a lot of good things happening. I think I might pick up the fish maybe tomorrow, but other than that, not great stuff that happened today. So a little bit disappointed about that, but other than pretty much everything else is looking great, which is exciting. So yeah, I'll see you guys when I have the next update. Alright, so it's been about 3-ish hours since I did my last update. I'm now looking at all the fish, doing kind of like a fish count. Maybe I'm wrong. I swear I remember counting 4 fish earlier. There's a gray black fish. There was 3 gold, more of the original classic goldfish. I can't find the gray fish. No matter where I look, if I look from the sides, I can only find the 3 goldfish, which is really weird. I might have actually just saw it. I looked away and thought I saw them. I swim. Well, I don't really know what happened there, but I mean, a lot of them are doing good. I really feel like there's a lot more movement in the tank now. The goldfish aren't just sitting there and then floating to the top every hour, so that's some good news. I'm gonna have to look a little bit harder to find if that gray fish is even in the tank because I've been looking for 5 minutes and I can't find it, which is a problem. So I guess I'll see you guys a little bit. We do have dinner reservations at 4 o'clock. It's a very, very, very early dinner, but So pretty much, I'm gonna try to do a little bit more in here, pretty much off camera, just doing more maintenance on the fish tank, just daily stuff. They need to be fed a little bit more since it's been a long time since I feed it earlier. And to be honest, I don't really think they ate much of the food earlier because none of them felt good. So I might try to do a little bit and see if there's movement where they're eating. And yeah, so with that, I'll see you guys in a second once I do that. Well, update on the food situation. I don't really think they're hungry. I did a little bit of some food in there and not much movement. Some fish are eating, but not all of them. I've still been looking for that gray goldfish. I've looked everywhere. I can't find it. So the usual spot I've seen both of them always is in kind of like that coral, really colorful type of area. I actually think I see one, but that's gonna be a gray goldfish. But like, there's nothing. I'm not seeing it. I mean, unless you guys are seeing it, I'm lost. So, yeah. All right. So I ended up finding the goldfish. It was like right there, really, really camouflaged. And sadly, I think I missed it earlier because it was so well camouflaged, and it sadly did not make it. So there's that. Now we're down to 3 fish, which is really disappointing. But I think I pretty much decided what kind of fish I'm going to be getting next. I think I'm either going to be going with that all white type of goldfish. It's kind of like a more of a gray actually, but I think I'm going to either go with the orange, or I think I'm going to go with the one that's kind of like a koi white and orange. I don't think I'm going to go with any gray because I've lost both of them multiple different times in the last 3 days. So yeah. Okay, so I just turned on the other pump, little hose, to see if it drips, and it's actually dripping even worse than it was earlier. So I'm just gonna be honest, I'm like this close to like picking it up and just kicking it across the room. I really feel like I don't even know what to even think about this anymore. It's nice having the biofilter, but at the end of the day, I think I've lost more brain cells under the biofilter than everything in the room combined. Because so much glue, I don't even see the problem anymore. It's just leaking all over. I really just feel like it's problems on both sides. Problems on the manufacturer, and it's a problem on my side. A problem would definitely be, number one, I don't have the correct nozzles for the hoses to fit. But also, I really feel like the manufacturer should give sizes of what these connectors are, or give hose recommendations. Not say the size of the actual bucket and then say good luck. Because it pretty much just left me waiting for this to show up. Fish were already here. I had to decide, is this gonna work? And then all of that fun stuff. So I really feel like I'm still trying to decide what to do. I might just let it leak and just have to somehow dump the bucket multiple times a day. But at this rate, I don't even know what to do. I guess there's multiple ways, multiple things I could probably consider doing. First one's gonna be this giant hose right here doesn't leak at all. So I might move it over to that system and just work with a massive hose. I don't really think it would fit, but at least it works and doesn't leak. But pretty much, yeah, I don't even know what to do anymore. I've tried so many things to make it not leak. If you guys have any recommendations of what to do, now it's leaking double as fast now. There's 2 drips. If you guys have any recommendations on what to do, I'd really love to hear you guys' recommendations. And bottom's pretty much full. There's about a little bit less than an inch of water at the bottom, so yay. But other than that, a lot of stuff going on. Alright, so it's been about 30 minutes to an hour since I did my last update, but I decided to turn on the other side, the one that was leaking this entire time, and guess what? It is still leaking. So I might try something else. I might cut this a little bit more, and I might try to pretty much copy off of what I did here, because this isn't leaking and it's the same exact thing that we did over there. So I might take that off, might cut it right there, throw away all of this because I still have more glue, and I might just go ahead and do that for now. Let that go for a little bit, and then try to figure some stuff out there. But other than that, I really feel like this has just been extremely, just mentally and physically draining. I really feel like I've everything here. I don't think that anything's been this complicated. I really feel like when I think about everything that's gone wrong, I feel like it's problems on both sides. The manufacturing company that makes the product, I really feel like they didn't do that great of a job because they didn't say enough measurements on what the pieces actually were. They didn't give recommendations. They just gave the bucket size, and that was it. I mean, at the end of the day, it was nice to know how big the bucket was, but I could have a huge fish tank, a huge, like, tower tank in here, and it would look okay. So, I also feel like it's also on me because I didn't do that great of research before. I really feel like it could be a problem with the pump because the tubing is all just too small. So I think I'm going to try to figure some stuff out there, but other than that, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Well, first of all, it is still absolutely dripping, but I ended up doing another one, and so this time I made the black part a lot longer, and I put a lot more glue in it. So it's kind of like the upgraded version of it, so I have it going all the way through it. So much glue used, so I'm going to be letting that sit for probably 24 hours, maybe 30 hours if I have to. But I did a lot of glue at the end too, so I really do hope this is good. And then, yeah, so the fish are looking good too. That's pretty much the update. But for now, today has been a very fun day. There's been a lot of stuff we've done. We still have to film the second video though. So, this is going to end the video. So I would really love it if you would subscribe. Maybe hit the bell notification on all so you do not miss our video. And please like this video. I really want to hear you guys' opinions on this type of video, the editing and all of that stuff. If you guys like our other videos more, if you guys like these types of videos more, where we do a lot more and just talk a lot more. So please comment those down, and I'll see you guys tomorrow when we post next. Peace.